Hello, my name's Hayley. I'm from Large Family Fire. I help mums find their peace, presence, and purpose in a chaotic world. And the way I do that is I share practical tips, abundance and mindset thoughts and practices, and just daily mum life. I'm a mum of 5. I live in southwest Queensland, Australia. So today I wanted to share with you. Oh my gosh, look at that crazy hair. I wanted to share with you the new budget tracker that we will be using in 2026. So my husband and I have been tracking our income and expenses for a few years now, maybe 4 or 5 years, and I just wanted to get a new spreadsheet template this coming year because I wanted to drill down a little bit further, and I wanted an all-in-one spreadsheet that did our net worth, our income and expenses, and also like a debt tracker as well. So after a lot of research, I found Coplenty, and I love them so much I've become an affiliate for them. So I will pop the link to this spreadsheet and their other 2 budget spreadsheets in the video notes for you. So I just want to do a walkthrough. So this is it's a Google Sheets spreadsheet. You can see up here, obviously you've got your edit bar and everything. The first sheet is instructions with a link. All of Coplenty's tutorials are excellent. I can't fault them. I found them very easy to follow. There's also screenshots with step-by-steps, which is awesome. There's a savings and debt overview, a debt snowball calculator if you're paying off debt like we are. We have started with over $150,000 of debt at the start of 2025, which we're systematically working to pay off. So we've got a debts overview, and then there's also a net worth tracker and a calendar as well. So I'll just scoot through all the tabs at the bottom of the screen. You can change the colours if you're not a fan of pink as well. There's instructions on how to do that. So I have started to set this up. Obviously we haven't started inputting any actual income or expenses. I've just started by putting in the income types that we will have for the year, our regular monthly bills, our sinking funds, and our debts. So when we do start adding in those things, you will see here we will have a visualization of the data: income versus expenses, total budget versus actual budget, total spending overview, top 5 expenses, total net worth, total expenses, total income. Like, I love how visual this is. This is awesome for me. And then obviously you've got a monthly breakdown of our expected income, our actual income, and the difference. So obviously we haven't actually earned anything yet. This is the expected income I've put in for January. I haven't done the other months yet. Our expected bills. And then we have our subscriptions and memberships. That will total off once I start adding the expenses in. And also it'll come up with where most of our money goes. Now this is their advanced tracker, the Budget Tracker 2.0, so it does have a lot more detail. They also have a basic spreadsheet if you don't want to go into as much detail, and then they also have a beginner one as well, which looks really good for newbies if you're just getting started. And when we started, I started out with a very basic spreadsheet that I had done myself, which we've upgraded over the years. So I'm really excited. And then obviously we've also got our budgeted expenses, actual, and the difference. I love the difference column. Savings, and again for debt as well. So that is all on the annual dashboard. And down here we also have our goals. So these are my savings and debt payoff goals, and the months needed to reach our goals. An income breakdown, so that will show our different sources of income once we start earning. So my husband's income, my income, all of my business income, and then like things like I've put in can money and things like that. Our bills overview, which will be really good so we can track our spending on bills. Our subscriptions expenses, so we can see which months have higher expenses. A debt overview, savings overview, and expenses overview. So very, very excited about those things. And switching over to the annual totals tab, it just shows everything by month in like a nice clean table and all of our income. So these are the categories I've chosen this year. So we've got Brennan's income, Hayley's income, ABN income, side hustles, family tax benefit, if we receive any, depending on our income, interest, dividends, and other. I have put in for random bits of income that might come through throughout the year, like a nice lotto win, that'd be good. Wishful thinking, right? So I've got that there just in case there's anything that doesn't fit into those other categories. Dividends, we do want to start investing again as well. So hopefully we'll see some dividends this year. And then this is the monthly tab. So I've done the first month's budget. There's still more tutorials up the top, which is handy. This month starts from January. You can click on here, double click, and it'll let you set the year and the date. We've got what's left to spend, our total income and total expenses. So I like the left to spend. That will be good to see how we're tracking. I feel like the previous spreadsheet we were using from another place, I won't name, like I've been happy with it, but I just wanted to go into more detail. The previous one didn't give me like a left to spend on a monthly, like as we're going through the month. It was more you reflected at the end of the month. So I like that you can see this as the month is going on and I can see if I'm on track or not. So here we are. I haven't put in our budgeted, I thought I did put in our budgeted subscriptions. Maybe I haven't entered the subscriptions yet. Oh, I haven't. I've got to go and work through when all my subscriptions are due and put in the amounts. But I know we don't have Everyday Extra because I've changed to annual. So we don't have that in January. Amazon Prime is not due in January, and Canva Pro is not due in January. Okay. And then here, I've got obviously our income expected. And down the bottom, you have your transactions tracker. So that is where you actually enter everything, the date, the amount, and then it's got these drop downs, which features all of the expenses you've put in. Now, under bills, I've only put our monthly bills, and then anything that is our monthly and electricity and rates. Anything else I've put in, anything that's paid yearly, I've put in a sinking fund. So I'll show you that when we get to that bit. But those are all there as well. So you've got all our subscriptions, all our budget categories. I've got gambling. We don't gamble a lot. We might buy a scratchy or a lotto ticket here and there. So we don't really gamble much, but I think I will also put like raffles in there. That's gambling. And then you can put in a description as well. So a little bit long-winded, but if you're curious. And then it'll show you a monthly total of where most of your money is going for the month and where did you spend your money on those days. So you can see which days of the month are big days, which I love. And then it'll total everything. So all the categories over here will total up. So the actual. So I'm very excited about that. And it'll give us an income and a spending total for each day of the month as well, which is just awesome. I'm so excited about how much detail there is. So all of the months look like that. Obviously, they will look different once I start to enter actual expenses and actual income, but it will work it all out for me and make it into a pretty graph. So you have a month, like a tab for every month. The next different tab along is our savings and debt tracker. Now this does include our total debt plus interest. So I've followed the instructions to enter all that in so it can work out how long it's going to take to pay everything off. And it also has all of our sinking fund goals. So we likely won't hit these next year, but these are my goals. So I'm putting it out into the universe. I would love to hit these figures. We will see. But we have a house deposit goal. We want to get that up to 10 grand, a $10,000 emergency fund. Our car sinking fund, we have 3 vehicles. One needs quite a lot of work, but we are keeping the 3 because we have one child who's about to get his P plates in March, and then another one who will be able to get his P plates in November, and then our older son who doesn't use the car, but if he ever came up, he's also about to get his P plates. So we need to have that 3rd car because we also live out of town. It's also good just to have as a backup for us. If we didn't have our car, it's not like you can just get the bus or catch a taxi because we live rurally. So the 3rd car is sort of a non-negotiable for us. We're not going to get rid of it. We're going to put the work into it. But this also includes things like registration and car maintenance, oil changes, the major maintenance that we need to do, new tyres, that sort of thing. So it is quite high. It's a big figure. This also includes our NRMA roadside assistance, which we have on all 3 cars now. So that adds up to about a bit over $600, maybe closer to $700 a year. And then I've got a sinking fund this year for appliances and tech. We do want to get a new fridge freezer, just so we can do bigger shops and maybe go into Roma less. I've also got a home maintenance one. This is more for our block because we rent here out at the farm. So the home maintenance will go towards things like new fencing or updating fencing. I'm so sorry about my hair. It's a home day today, so I don't really care about it too much. Christmas savings, kids' birthdays, holidays, experiences. I don't know if we'll use that. I don't know if we'll even save that much. We've been homebodies lately, but it would be nice to start saving for some experiences in the future, especially now Ash is getting a little bit older. Investing just a small amount because we're still focusing on debt payoff. We also want to save up for a caravan to put on our block in town in case we ever have to move from here. We know we'll always have somewhere to stay. I don't like not having our own place to stay. And then we've got our land loan, and this also includes like interest for the year, personal loan, the money I owe my mum, my brother Brent, my brother Todd, and my husband's help debt, which will hopefully reduce before the end of the year. We're fingers crossed waiting for that 20% reduction to come through, so that would be awesome. So that is our sinking funds and debt payoff goals for the year. The monthly total is ridiculous. Like, that's our income for the month. But we'll just see. We never know what could happen next year. Like, it could just... I'm hopeful. I'm optimistic. I'm going to manifest it. And then we've also got our total saved. So I'll update our balances on January 1st, I should say, so it can, and our debt balances as well. I'll make sure they're all up to date on January 1st. But I've opened a whole heap of sinking fund accounts this year to try and keep the funds separate. Last year we had like one savings account and a sinking funds account, and it just was not working for us. So we are going to go back to multiple accounts so that we can keep all the money separate and visually see it. I think that will help me keep the money separate and set aside for the things that we're saving for. But everyone's different. Now, it's also got a savings and debt distribution, a savings and debt overview, saved and left to save. So obviously I've not saved anything yet. and our months needed to reach goals. So these will obviously all change when I enter in our balances as at January 1st as well. So these will reduce slightly, ever so slightly. So I really love that feature. I'm excited to do better with sinking funds this year, and just our general savings goals. Now there is a calendar. I plan on putting our annual bills and subscriptions in here so I know when they're coming up. And you can switch months, which is awesome. So that's really cool. To highlight income rows with yellow, just use the following words: income, paycheck, or payday. So you can also put in your paydays for the year, which is awesome. I can't wait to use that. And a handy little notes feature, like if you decide to start saving for something different throughout the year, that's awesome. Now, this one has a debt snowball calculator. So obviously I've put in our balances, our interest rates, our minimum monthly payments, and it'll show the interest owed. Thankfully, we just have the interest on the land loan and the personal loan. Help debt, obviously that's indexed, so I couldn't really add that in unless I just guessed an indexation rate, and I didn't really want to do that. So I haven't worried about that. And I just put in like a minimum payment. But it's hard because help and HEX debt, it gets put aside out of your pay every week or fortnight, and then after you do your tax return, that's decided when it decides how much you're going to pay. So that one's a little bit tricky, but hopefully that figure goes down when the 20% reduction comes through, and we can start off next year with a little lower debt balance. And obviously it's got our balances here. And it also has a monthly breakdown. How cool is that? Cosima is just a genius to have created this. Like, honestly, the amount of detail and work, as someone who has dabbled in spreadsheets before, the amount of work that she would need to have put in to do all these formulas and make this so awesome and so functional is just mind-blowing. So I really love that. Goes through all our debts. Now, if you have different bills or debts, you can add new lines as well. There is instructions. If there's not enough space for all your budget categories, you can easily add new lines. I've managed to fit all mine in because I didn't want to have to go through and add new lines to everything. But if we do need to add new lines throughout the year, I can do that. And Cosima also, Coplenty also offers like support, lifetime support with the spreadsheets. So if you need help, you can email them and they will help you fix it if you break something, which is awesome as well. Now, the net worth dashboard. Oh, my husband's home already. Net worth dashboard has total net worth, our net worth, amount total growth. I obviously haven't added any assets or liabilities yet. I will do that at the end of the year. So that is everything on it. I'm just really excited about it. So I will pop the links to this one and the other budget spreadsheets in the comments below. And then you can also use the code Hayley10 to get 10% off if you want to also use one of these spreadsheets. There is also a menu planner and a habit tracker. So I can't wait to show you the habit tracker, and I want to give the menu planner a go before I recommend it. So thank you very much.